request Mr. Vinod Zutshi to give his closing remarks now, please.
Been an excellent deliberation and a very comprehensive overview of what are the issues that need to be flagged to rebuild tourism, domestic tourism in Goa. And we had the versions from the Ministry of Tourism, we had version from the state government, and we had version from the travel trade. That is the best part of today's discussions. In fact, just to pick up certain very good points which have been raised and flagged by some of the speakers. For example, Venkateshan has given a lot of impetus and emphasis on the digital technology. And I also liked when he said that they are listing the weekend getaways, not just for Goa, but the entire region which he's handling. Mr. Gavin has given a very good practical overview of the issues that they are addressing and the preparedness. In fact, what I liked was the word that he used, peace of mind. And this is something, ladies and gentlemen, to my mind is the most important factor today, because the destinations remain the same, the modalities remain the same, the modes of transport have also not changed. Nothing new will come in the post-COVID era, but the only thing that will hang over on the minds of the people is their travel safety. And this peace of mind, I think, is very important. In fact, in this context, I would compliment Goa for containing, the pandemic to an extent that they have emerged as one of the safest domestic tourism destinations within the country. And of course, there are reasons. Goa is a small state. Goa is a manageable state. Goa is highly literate. And the best part is that Goa has very disciplined people. So it has not only helped them to contain the pandemic, but also one is sure, in fact, in terms of lending credibility to what Goa says, it will certainly help them to establish the new order. It will certainly help them to establish credibility among travelers, and it will also be able to manage the new normal and the new infrastructure which is required today, for when travel is taking place in the midst of the COVID crisis. And this idea of pre-confirmed brochure, pre-confirmed vouchers is also an excellent idea. Now, these are the ways by which you can protect your destination and at the same time make the traveler feel very, very safe. Mr. P.P. Khanna, as usual, has highlighted all the important ingredients that are required, and particularly with regard to Goa, I like when he said that small mice can take place, and food is also one of the attractions, which I think is something which is another physiological need, just like traveling. Mr. Nilesh Shah very rightly highlighted about adventure tourism, which has got immense scope in Goa, and Mr. Jack Supija very rightly outlined and the preparedness with regard to health protocol. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would just add few points based on the discussions. In fact, MICE and particularly the marriage, Goa has always been considered as a dream destination for weddings, and this is something which can be furthered, at this moment, because Indian weddings at times, the high-end weddings, instead of going out of India for weddings or honeymoon destinations, I think Goa can stand out as one of the best destination for the wedding. In this time, the beach wedding is one of the most sought after wedding, dream weddings for people in India and everywhere. Now, another thing, just out of the box, when I was in Rajasthan as Secretary Tourism, we celebrated monsoon tourism. Now, Goa gets very good rains. I mean, it may be torrential, it may be too much at times, but for a change, when the monsoons are approaching and maybe July onwards, you may find that the economy is further open. Honorable Prime Minister in his last address has also mentioned that economies will be open further. That means travel and tourism will also automatically open up further. Just think of promoting monsoon tourism and let people come there. They may not be able to enjoy the beach as such, but at least they can enjoy the monsoons of Goa. Similarly, just a thought came. We have summer stations, summer hill stations, all over India. That whenever there are summers, now why can't we also project Goa as a winter holiday destination? In fact, I have not been able to find a better destination in India during winters for people who are, in the northern belt, who generally shudder, from the severity of winters. So this is one just a suggestion from my side. Basically, the tourism department of Goa can look into it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm also very impressed when we had G&K webinar, when we had webinar with UP, Uttar Pradesh. Similarly, today, I'm very glad to see that not just the state government and not just the regional director, but the private stakeholders are also upbeat, as far as, promoting tourism. And despite the onslaught that we have had, this is a good sign that India tourism will certainly bounce back to its not just normal pre-COVID regime, but I think it will be even better than before. Maybe the turmoil will happen for maximum a year from beginning to the end, but then ultimately it's going to bounce back. Now, what is required that all stakeholders, see, ladies and gentlemen, this is basically we have to pass the test of adaptability, the test of endurance, the test of patience, and the test of resilience. And this is the right time that there is a need for responsibility in tourism at all levels, whether government, whether stakeholders, and even travelers. And sustainable tourism has never been as relevant as it is now. We have been talking about sustainable tourism. The whole world has been talking SDGs and all, but I am afraid that not too many countries had given too much of emphasis on the actual implementation. But now I think with these 100 days of exposure, with 100 days of experience, not just by the governments, but also by the people of the countries, the sustainability point has to be on the top of the agenda. And what we also need at this stage, ladies and gentlemen, somebody talked about lack of communication. Whenever things change, everyone looks for, what is going to happen next. The industry looks towards the government. The people looks towards the industry, and the people also look towards the government as to what exactly are you presenting to us in the light of the new order. So what I am trying to emphasize is that there is a need for better coordination, there's a need for better collaboration, and there's a need for better connectivity and communication between the Ministry of Tourism, with the Ministry of Tourism, the government of Goa, the tourism stakeholders, and of course the districts at the district level as well, because I've always been of the view that whenever these things happen, the district level, the collectors would play a great role. Goa is a small state, but even then, the local administration, as somebody had mentioned, local bodies, they have a better role to build confidence among their people and even amongst the visitors, because when visitors come, they come to their areas and they know their area so well, they can convince better. A collector's word will have more importance to the people who are in the district rather than anyone else outside the district. So districts have also to play a role. So good coordination along with the people. People should know. There should be better communication to the people. Okay, look, this place is safe. This place is not safe. Do this. Don't do this. Lots of promotion. A new wave of campaign of promotion only to build confidence among people, not regarding the destinations that you have, regarding what are the health safety measures which have been taken during the traveling and at the proper destination, even the monuments and the place where they are likely to visit. So, ladies and gentlemen, with these words, I would also like to mention that as I had mentioned about UP, about J&K, and of course today we are doing with Goa, New Tourism Foundation has a plan to do with other states as well. And Mr. Venkatesh, when we come back to one of the states in your region, we will seek your support again.